Hi guys! Happy Friday night. How is everyone doing tonight? There are already a lot of comments. I'm so glad you guys are here and I'm so excited to read. Please let me know what you're going to be reading or working on tonight. I know I'm going to have to eat some dinner on one of these sprints. I don't know what I'm going to have yet. Maybe some leftover soup. But as for reading, I have a couple books I'm working on. So I just started listening to A Smoking Bun by Ellie Alexander. I think that's book 18 in the Bake Shop Mysteries, and it's actually my first time listening to it on audio. So far I am really enjoying the narrator, but it's a little weird listening to it on audio when I've read all the other books with my eyes. And then I really want to read, hopefully, a binge-worthy thriller. This is called The Good Lie by A.R. Torre. I read a book last month by them that I really liked. It was very bingeable and fun, and I'm hoping this one will be a good time too. It's about a psychiatrist who's an expert on murderers, and it sounds pretty interesting. So kind of crazy, but hopefully fun. And then I'm also reading The Cure for What Ails You by Ellie Alexander, which is, I think, book 5 in the Sloane Cross Mystery series. I just love the cover. This is a spring cozy, and it's definitely got some fun springy vibes. So those are the 2 books I'll be reading physically tonight, and listening to A Smoking Bun whenever I get up and do dinner, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I feel like my hair is a bit of a mess. I hope you guys had a good Friday. Hi, Elena. You said, Elena, you're also sprinting at 5 p.m. Amazing. I don't think I have a link for that. I'm not sure what the link's for. Let me know. I'm not sure. Today I'll be reading 4321 by Paul Auster. Ooh, you're also reading Finders Keepers by Stephen King. That sounds lovely and probably kind of scary, but I hope you enjoy it. Hi, Grandma Susan. You said, I'm listening to Every Hour Until Then by Gabrielle Meyer, book 4 in the Timeless series. I hope you love it. Said Amy Marie, are you all unpacked? I think so. I think we are all unpacked. I just posted this afternoon, like an hour or so ago, my book unhaul I did before we moved. It was very sudden, the move, so I was kind of in like a frenzy. But I think we actually are all unpacked. Like, I'm looking around. I think it's all done. I think we do need to get like a curtain rod for something, but pretty much unpacked. So it feels very good and a lot calmer to look around the place and to keep up with it. So very excited for that. And yeah, we're really enjoying the place. Hi, Shannon. Said, hi, Amy and everyone. You're excited for sprints. You're reading Nosy Neighbors by Freya Sampson. I hope you love that book. I loved that book so much. And Freya Sampson's such a good writer. Hi, Steph. How are you? Said, hello. Happy sprinting. Thank you. Hi, Hannah. You said, hello. You're reading One Poison Pie. Ooh, that one by Lynn Cahoon, I think. I hope you enjoy that. It's a very fun, kind of whimsical series. Hi, Annie. You said, hi, Amy and chat. You're reading The Cater Street Hangman by Anne Perry. It's the Charlotte and Pitt series, book 1. Ooh, Cater Street. The Victorian Mystery Series. Ooh, that looks really good. Originally published in 1979. I hope you love that. That looks really interesting. Hi, Tiffany. You said, hey, all. Tonight I'm reading Cut, Crop, and Die, the second in the Scrapbooking Cozy by Joanna Campbell Slan. Ooh, Cut, Crop, and Die. I need to look at that cover. I just know that's going to be like a great cover, probably. And I wasn't disappointed. It is. I like the scrapbooky look of the cover. Very cool. Have you read book 1 in that? I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Anne. You said, hi, everyone. You're reading Detective Auntie by Uzma Jaludin and The Examiner by Janice Hallett. I gotta get to both of those books. I'm excited to hear what you think. Ooh. Yeah, I really want to read Detective Auntie. That looks so good. And I gotta try some more Janice Hallett. I don't know. I need to try it. Maybe on audio. Hi, Jill. How are you doing? Tiffany says, love the cover of that Sloane Cross book. Right? It might be my favorite from the series. And these covers are just beautiful in general. Like, the series artwork in general is gorgeous, but it's so pretty. I love it. Super, super pretty. And The Cure for What Ails You. It's an amazing pun. I love it. Steph says, "Oh my gosh, I just read a smoking bun a few weeks ago. Amazing. You're reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Oh, I've heard some good things about that." Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm finally going to catch up this year, I hope, on The Bake Shop Mysteries by Ellie Alexander. She comes out sometimes with like 2 a year or something, plus her other series. I do not know how she does it. I do not understand how she does it, but it's impressive. And I wanted to read A Smoking Bun as soon as possible because it is a winter cozy, and I'm kind of in my switching to spring mode soon, if not already kind of getting into that. So I want to read it before it gets properly into spring. Chance, I'm also in my Greek mythology phase, and you're reading Hera as well. Ooh, I hope you enjoy that. Carmen says, "Hello, Amy. Hi, everyone in chat." Hi, Carmen. What are you going to be working on tonight? Hi, Sam. You said I'll be switching between 6 Feet Deep Dish and Wuthering Heights. Both good reads. I hope you enjoy. Jen said I'll be reading Death of a Nitwit by Peggy Earhart. The series titles for that, I gotta look that up. That's funny. That is really funny. Oh, yes, I love the cats on these covers, too. With the Knit and Nibble Club, a crafting magazine editor, widower, and amateur sleuth. Wow. Yeah, I gotta get to that book. That sounds so good. Jill says, "I'm reading a thriller, Served Him Right by Lisa Unger. You're over halfway done." Ooh, I haven't read that one. I'll be excited to hear your thoughts. I really need to get to that. I do love Lisa Unger. Graham Susan said, "And where is our mascot, Sir Boaz? What does he think of the new home?" He is chilling with my husband right now, but I'm sure he'll appear in the near future. He likes his new home. He's got a little backyard that's fenced in, so that's an upgrade from our past place, and I think he likes it. I mean, he's got his beds, all of his stuff here. We have our own couch. Our last place was partially furnished, so like the couch and stuff you guys saw wasn't ours, it was the landlord's. But we thrifted actually this from an estate sale, and it's quite cozy, so I think he rather likes it. He's got room on the floor for his toy chests, so we have that now in the living room where he can reach it a lot easier. So every morning he gets up and he's full of energy, and then he pulls out like half a dozen toys, if not more, which is fine. And then I leave them out all day, and then I pack them up at night when I'm tidying, and then he does the same thing the next day. But he likes it. There's some good walking areas around here, and he likes the outdoors a lot. Tiffany says that Sam loved the Deep Dish series. I'm so excited that she's up for an Agatha Award this year for the latest. Yes, I saw that. Oh, so good. I hope that series continues for such a long time. It's so fun. Grandma Susan said, "So many great books. These sprints always make my TBR groan." Same. Hi. He said, "Hi, Amy. My sister is reading Jen McKinley's new book, and I'm very deep into Darcy Hannah's Murder at the Blarney Bash." I just grabbed that from the library. I'm hoping to read that really soon. He said, "I hope you're doing well. Congrats on the move." I'm doing pretty well. Thank you so much. Definitely feel way less stressed out now that we're like fully moved and unpacked, because nothing drives me crazier than like clutter and a mess. So living for like a week with boxes everywhere was driving me crazy. So I feel much more relaxed this week. Anne says, "I'm really enjoying Detective Auntie and am eager to read more in the series." Yes, I think, are there 2 books out in that series so far? Detective. Let's see. Looks like there's 2 out. Book 2 is coming out on May 5th. So you'll be right in time for that. Yeah, I'm excited. It looks like a great series. I really want to get to it. I love the strong colors on the covers for the series. Tiffany said, "I did read book 1 and it was great. Amazing." Hi, Mari. How are you doing tonight? I said, "I'm reading 6 Feet Deep Dish. My sister's, you're with your sister on her birthday on Monday, and we got a lot of good reads." Ooh. That's always fun. I had a recent birthday and I went used book shopping, which was very fun. I love a good, that's like the best way to spend a birthday, in my opinion. That and eating good food, of course. Said, I just read The Whisking Hour, the most recent in the Bake Shop series. That's amazing. Yes, she comes out with so many books. It's incredible. And they're all so good, too. Like, the quality remains so high. So I'm glad you read that. I love The Whisking Hour. That's such a fun title. Said, how is your puppy done with the move? He's done really well. For the first few, I don't live very far away from my parents. So for the first few nights, he actually stayed with them because there was very little floor space. And we also had some things we had to assemble because, like I said, the other place we lived in was partially furnished. So when we moved here, not only did we have to move and unpack, but we also had to go out and purchase some new things. I thrifted a lot. Like I thrifted a kitchen hutch, but there were a few things we had to purchase and like assemble and stuff. So we needed all the floor space we could get without Mr. Boaz, sticking his nose into a bag of screws or something that would have gone horribly wrong. So he stayed with my parents for the first few nights just so that my husband and I could like clear stuff out and get his stuff unpacked and so he wouldn't be in a stressful environment or less. So he wouldn't be as stressful as an environment. But he was so excited when we finally brought him to our new home. He was like running around, doing the zoomies, checking out the backyard. So he has been great. I think it was a good idea to have him stay with my parents for a few nights past when my husband and I moved in here, just so he could have like a more stable environment. But he's been doing really well. So thank you for asking. Yeah, he's doing chill and it's been good. I said you're going to be reading Little Gray Men tonight while I'm here. We'll have to leave early as I have a watch along for Pride and Prejudice mini-series this evening. I hope you have fun with that. That sounds really fun. Hi, Brittany. You said, hi, everyone. Finally able to make sprints tonight. So glad. What are you going to be reading or working on? Carmen says, I'm reading Gone Away Lake by Elizabeth Enright, a middle grade read, and Well Schooled in Murder by Elizabeth George. I like the title, Gone Away Lake. That's fun. Has everyone already had dinner? Or are you guys going to be making dinner soon? I got to think about dinner soon. Those sound good. Crick says, it was both of our birthdays on Monday. Ooh. So are you guys twins then? We had a wonderful day. I hope you had a wonderful birthday as well. Thank you. Yeah, it was good. My birthday was on Wednesday and I hit the big 3-0. So I'm officially in my 30s, the terrific 30s. That's what I'm calling it. And yeah, it was just a good day. My husband and I took Mr. Bo to a Sonic. So we had our little drive-in fun time. He had a mozzarella stick and a pup cup, and then went to a used bookstore, picked up a favorite pizza. We were going to do some Indian food, but we might do that later because I just kind of wanted to stay in. And we watched the movie The Illusionist, which is my second time seeing it. It's the one with, I think it's Edward Norton and Jessica Biel. I don't remember the inspector's name, the actor for him. But it's a really good movie. I really like it. So it was lovely. I'm glad you had a wonderful birthday. Brittany said, recently picked up Pal in the Family by Don Eastman thrifting this weekend. The cover caught my eye. Ooh, Paul in the Family. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Paul. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. A Family Fortune Mystery, Book 1. A police officer on leave returns to Crystal Haven, a town of psychics. That sounds so cool. And the town's called Crystal Springs in a small western Michigan. Okay, well, I'm going to have to keep that tab up and add that to my Goodreads. That sounds real good. Hi there. Welcome. I'm so glad your first sprint night. I'm so glad you could make it, Megan. What are you going to be reading or working on tonight? Tiffany said, Brittany, I liked Paul and the Family. Haven't seen many people talk about it. I don't think I've heard of it. It looks good. That's a cute cover, too. I could see why that drew you in. I want to read that. I just had dinner. You had shrimp lo mein. Oh, that sounds good. Jen said, happy belated birthday. The 30s are great and they fly, so enjoy. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited for it because I'm like, when you enter your 20s, at least for me, I was a hot mess. I think that's probably pretty normal. And I feel like going into my 30s, I feel a lot more confident. I know like more things about what I want in life. I'm married to my best friend. Like I feel like the 30s are like a prime. It seemed like a really good decade to me, so I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Anne. Tiffany says, "Yum, Mitchell." Yeah, that sounds. I love shrimp. That sounds so good. So my husband had a late lunch out, so just planned to snack tonight. I think that's kind of what we're gonna do. I have some like leftover soup, but I had a late, kind of belated birthday lunch with my grandma, and that was really lovely. I have a tea kettle, which I'm very excited for, like a what do they call it? It's like an electric kettle, which I'm really excited about. For tea, that was my gift. I'm very excited. But I think I'll be snacking or just having like little random leftovers as well. She said, "Glad you had a great birthday. The 30s are awesome." I think so. I'm excited. I had several people actually ask me, like, do you feel weird about turning 30? Or like, are you going to miss your 20s? And I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, I'd say the second half of my 20s were especially good, but the first half were kind of messy and just figuring stuff out, you know? So I'm looking forward to the 30s. You had chicken salad for supper. Ooh, that sounds good. He said, "Happy birthday at Cricket." Craig said, "I'm so excited for all the new reads coming this year. Darcy Hannah has a new book coming this summer." I saw that. It looks like a campfire. Okay, I gotta look it up now. It's the Beacon Bake Shop, but it looked like it was like a campfire murder at the campfire cookout. And the cover is adorable, and Wellington the dog has a fish in his mouth. And I was absolutely like, yes, so much. I love it. And Cricket says, "Thank you so much, Tiffany." Said you're reading Jen McKinley's new book, Booking for Trouble. It's the 16th book in her Libraries Lovers mystery series. Highly recommended. I love that series too. I need to catch up though. I'm probably like 3 or 4 books behind. But I'm so glad you're enjoying it. That's such a good bookish cozy. Shibby says, "Love Welly." I know, right? He is the most precious, like 150-pound dog that I've never met, and I just want to hug him. He seems like the sweetest guy. Jen said, "I can't wait for the new Darcy Hannah book." Same. Mari is also excited about the new Darcy Hannah. By the time it comes out, I'll hopefully be caught up in the series. That's my goal too, Mari. I have the Blarney Bash one over there, and then I think there's Murder at the Lemonberry Tea. Let's see, I have them pulled up. Murder at the Lemonberry Tea is the next one. Yes, I have Murder at the Blarney Bash and Murder at the Lemonberry Tea, and then the new book coming out. So I got 2 books to catch up on before I think it's July. Or no, it's June 30th is the release date. Anne says, "I love Welly too." I know, right? He's so precious. I love him. Tea and Book says, "Hello, y'all. Just want to say hi before heading to bed. It's almost 1 a.m. here in Germany. Wish I could join the sprints. Oh my goodness. I hope you sleep well. Thank you for stopping by." But yeah, get some good sleep. Jay says that Megan can't wait to read the new Library Lovers. I think I heard the series may be wrapping up. Oh, I mean, it's had a really good run, like 16 books, but oh, that's always such a bittersweet. I finished multiple series last month, and I should finish multiple series this month as well. And I'm just like, it feels good to finish series, but it hurts a little bit too. And so I love Welly too. He's so precious. He is so precious. All right, speaking of books, I'm going to go ahead and kick us off for our sprints. If you are new to my sprints, I'm going to share my screen here in a minute, and there's going to be a little cat timer, as you can hopefully see on the screen. I'm going to set the timer for 45 minutes, and then we'll be reading, sprinting during that time. When the timer goes off, it meows, so just a heads up that it meows, so that you're not startled as much, hopefully. I think I'm going to start with The Good Lie by A.R. Torrey, and see if I get sucked into this, because I'm hoping for a good thriller. I've had pretty rough luck this year so far, but we will see. And yeah, let's go ahead and kick off a 45-minute sprint. And here we go. Hi guys, how was that first sprint for you? I pretty much spent the whole sprint just reading The Good Lie by A.R. Torre. Really enjoying this. Got a good handful of chapters into this. It's very fast-paced, short chapters, and I'm curious about where this is going to go, but it's definitely got my attention. It feels like good potential, so that's exciting. And that was pretty much what I focused on this whole sprint. I think I'm going to take a little dinner break on this next sprint, get myself some food, and listen to A Smoking Bun by Ellie Alexander for a bit. But that's kind of what I did for the first sprint. So let me know. And let's see, where did we stop? Oh, Cricket said we're talking about the Beacon Bake Shop. There's a new one coming out in June. And Cricket was saying it's campfire themed. I'm just hoping we get an engagement from Rory and Lindsay. I just love them both, and Willie would be absolutely an adorable best dog or ring bearer. He would be. Tian Book says, I finished Murder and Marinara today, and it was so good. Thank you, Tiffany, for the rec. Yay, Tiffany. Tiffany said, I saw you finish The Cheese Shop last month. This was rough for me. Or that was rough for me, a real favorite. Yes. Oh, that one, I was just like, why is it over? Also, have any of you read the Cookie Shop mystery series by Deborah Seinfelder? Because I read book 1 the other week, only to realize that there's only one book in the series, and the last book came out in 2023. And I'm now really sad, because I thought it was a whole series. Good evening, Emily. How are you doing? Tiffany says at TN Books. Oh yeah, that makes me so happy you enjoyed. And TN Books bought the whole series. You can't wait to continue. That's wonderful. Hi, Elena. How are you doing? Susan said hello, Elena. Tracy got about 30 more pages into Queen of Shadows from Throne of Glass. No mysteries today. I hope you're enjoying your read. Annie is got 54%. Awesome. Shannon's at 16% of Nosy Neighbors. I hope you're loving it. Graham Susan's at 9%. Carmen made it to 49. Awesome. Tiffany said, ooh, ebook just started. On ebook just started Welcome Home to Murder, the First in the Hometown Mysteries by Rosalie Spielman. Wanted to read it because the author will be at Malice. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm assuming you're going. I want to go to Malice someday. That would be so fun. Yeah. The Hometown Mysteries. Let's see. Rosalie. Yeah, I don't think I've read these before. I'll have to check this out too. We'll check that out. I said read one chapter in the Blarney Bash. I read one chapter in the Deep Dish book as well. Awesome. 2 amazing books I hope you love. Hello. You said, hi, Amy. My name is Alex. Hi, Alex. You're reading A Victim at Valentine's from Ellie Alexander. I love your channel. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. And I hope you enjoy A Victim at Valentine's. I really liked that book. Jill is at page 249 out of 369. Awesome progress. Tiffany said, read the first in the Cookie Bouquet book by Deborah Seinfelder. Yes, was sad there was only one. I really liked it. I agree. I was like, why is there only one book in this series? Yeah. Definitely made me a bit sad for sure. And said, I read the first few chapters in a middle grade mystery, Grady Jones and Great Detective Game by Carrie Douglas Dye. It looks like it will be a fun book. Wonderful. I gotta try some middle grade mystery. I haven't read much. Jen said, a few chapters read. The series is a slower series, but very detailed with descriptions and heavy in friendship. That can be fun. I do like a well-developed cast of characters. Megan got as far as chapter 3 in Jen McKinley's Booked for Trouble. You can't put it down. You want to binge read the whole series again. That's always a good sign. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Jen is going to Malice as well. Amazing. I've never been. Is it your first time? I know Tiffany, I think, has been before. Tiffany said, Jen, yay. Yeah, that is so exciting. When is it? Alice. April 24th to April 26th. Ooh, in Maryland. I've never been to Maryland. It sounds so beautiful out there. Oh, absolutely. For any of those for those of you that have been to Malice, what is it like? I've been to the Ashland Mystery Fest twice, and I've really loved it, but that's really the only type of like book festival or like conference I've been to, so I'd love to know more about what it's like. Tiffany said at Jen, yeah, if you want to meet up, message me. Tiffany's amazing. You'll definitely want to meet up with her. She's so great. Jen said, this is my second year. Yes, Tiffany, for sure. So fun. I hope you guys have a great time. So many good authors are going. It's going to be really fun. I saw in Arizona there's like a Tucson book festival this weekend, and I was like, man, I won't be able to make it to that, but tempting. I need to get a better idea of when book festivals and things are happening because there's so many fun ones, but it'll be good. Can you guys believe we're only a week or so away from spring? It actually was kind of warm here today, but I'm still kind of trying to process that. I'm like, how is it so close to spring? I don't know. But my goodness. Yeah, how is Malice compared to other book festivals? I would love to know the general vibe for it. Hi, Mary. You said, hi, Amy. I love your channel. You are so sweet. Thank you. You got the 3 popcorn mysteries to put in your daughter's Easter basket. Thank you, Amy. I hope she loves them. And that is such a great Easter basket. I love that so much. I hope she loves them, though. I had such a fun time with that series. I wish it had like triple the amount of books in it. It's just so fun. But thank you for popping in. Goodness. I would love to know what everyone's favorite part of spring is. I think for me, it's picnics. I really want to go to more picnics, and there's actually like a good area for a picnic kind of within walking distance, so I want to try that and try to do more picnics this year. But let me know, what is your favorite part about spring? Is there like a fun festival you enjoy going to? Are you like a hiker? You know, do you like gardening? Like, what part of spring do you look forward to the most? I think for me it's picnics, and then I really do love kind of the fruity flavors that I tend to bake more with. Like, I don't know, more muffins and like blueberry pie I learned how to make last spring. So I would love to know your favorite part of spring. Christy says, I can't put down the Blarney Bash. You started it last Saturday. You're halfway through. I'd love to go to a cozy book con. That would be really exciting. Ooh, it is. At least the Ashland one I've been to is really, really fun. Tiffany said, Malice is much more of a convention, so it feels less cozy than Ashland. It's very large. The Agatha Awards are really fun to attend. So it's a much larger convention. No worries. It sounds like it'd still be fun. I know there's like a lot of author, I think like panels and stuff that look interesting. Like, I feel like it's definitely on my bucket list to be able to go to at some point, even though I'm on like the opposite side of the country. Let's see. Annie says, seeing butterflies and bunnies in our yard and baby birds too. We have dove's nests last year. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. I love the bunnies too. Mr. Bo loves the bunnies. And not in the, oh, look how cute they are, and he wants to go after them. But yeah, he really likes them. Jimmy says, I love being able to have the windows open. That is nice. Yeah, as long, it gets kind of warm here after a while, but early spring. Excuse me. But early spring is definitely nice. Anne loves the longer daylight, that's for sure. It definitely feels nicer, like you don't finish work and then it's like already dark out, because that would happen a lot in the winter. Jill says, warmer weather is your favorite part of spring. We've had a bad winter this year. Massachusetts has had more snow than Denver, Colorado. Wow. Oof. I'm sorry. Yeah, that sounds like a tough winter, but I hope you get some warm weather soon. Christy looks forward to being able to sit outside despite the allergies. I get those too. But you're looking forward to the warmer weather, and you have a few bunnies around here, and with all the snow, they definitely were having fun. Oh, so cute. Yeah, since we have a little backyard, we have a little bird feeder. I haven't seen any birds using it yet, but I'm hoping they'll come soon. And I would like to get like a little bench or something for our outside so I can maybe sit out there and read. That would be really nice. Jen said, love being able to walk the trails from my house and open windows before the summer heat. That's true. That is. I do love walking in the spring. It's so nice out. Jill saw a beautiful cardinal yesterday. Ooh, those cardinals are gorgeous. Megan loves being able to walk home from work. That's a good one. Yeah, I'd love to be able to walk to some places near us. But right now it's just like a little chilly. So I'm hoping in like a week or two, I think it'll be nice. Tiffany says, oh, I love cardinals. Jill, I do too. They're beautiful. Christy says, we got hit with a nasty blizzard and I'm absolutely done with the snow. I can understand that. Snow is beautiful, but if you're getting slammed with it like that, that's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. I was just glad it didn't snow on our moving day because we always tend to get like a really random snow around this time of year. And I was like, it's going to snow on the day we move. Just wait. And that would have been really, really unfortunate. Shannon loves the fact that you can sit outside and read while it's still daylight out. Very true. Yeah, I definitely want to get like a bench or something so I can read outside and just enjoy that. I feel like that would be so nice. And then I'd be able to have Mr. Bo off his leash and he could run around the outdoor area or lay out on our fake grass or something. And said in sunny California, we're going to have temperatures in the 80s next week. Oh, see, for me, that's pretty hot. That is pretty warm. Hi, Sharon. Sorry. Hi, Sharon. How are you doing today? What are you going to be reading or working on? Glad you could hop on. We were talking about our favorite parts of spring. I definitely love flowers, too. Just my sinuses don't. I feel like I'm allergic to everything outside, unfortunately. And then I have the problem where a lot of allergy medication either makes me very drowsy or very hyper. So it's like worse to take allergy medication than to just deal with the allergies. So I don't know. Jen, at the beginning of the week, it was 70, going back today to the 30s. Very cold the coming week. That is a big difference in temperature. I wonder what temperature is it today? It was definitely warmer today. It got up to 74 today. And we're expecting some highs in the 80s next week. Oh. No. 70s are fine for me, but once we start hitting the 80s, that's where I start to melt. Megan says, lucky in Rhode Island, it was in the 60s for a few days. Now it's back down to the 30s. Ooh. Yeah, I think the 60s are like the perfect temperature. I could live in the 60s. Sharon said, I'm about to start Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. We're in autumn now, so starting to feel colder here in Tasmania. That's awesome. I hope you enjoy that cooler weather. I've heard so many wonderful things about the Encyclopedia of Fairies, and even though I don't read a lot of fantasy, it's definitely something I want to possibly read, just because it does sound so interesting. Tracy said, I'm starting Cackle by Rachel Harrison. Ooh, I don't know if I know what that is. Ooh, that has a gorgeous cover. A darkly comedic, cozy witch novel. Ooh, that sounds really lovely. Ooh, okay, that sounds fun. To be said at Tracy, have you read anything else by her? Someone recommended me Bloom, but I'm a scaredy cat and a little apprehensive. Yes, let us know if it's... I don't know. It says Cackle is a darkly funny, frightening novel, but I don't know if it's like fun frightening or if it's like scary frightening, because I'm with you, Tiffany. I do like thrillers, but I don't like horror. There's a good difference there. If it gets into horror, that's where I'm like, no, absolutely not. Sharon said, we have had a reasonably cooler summer this year. Snow on the higher peaks on and off all summer. Wow. That is awesome. Wow. Very cool. right, I think I'm going to set us up for another sprint here. If you hopped in on this last sprint, just know that the cat timer meows when it goes off, so don't be alarmed. I think I'm going to read a bit of this and then go warm up some leftover soup because I am getting hungry for sure. Oh, Tracy says, it's my first time reading her. I will let you know if it's too scary. Yes, let us know. I think, yeah, scary or gory is my, I don't know, thing. Sharon says, have you read Mad Mabel by Sally Hepworth? I cried, a must read. I haven't, but I do like that author. Let's see, a Mad Mabel, or The Mad Mabel. A darkly humorous domestic thriller. Oh, that looks good. Okay, well, I'm adding that to my TBR on Goodreads. Thank you for the recommendation. Tiffany says, Tracy, please be advised, my threshold of scary is It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Yeah, I'm like a PG-13 kind of scary. Maybe that's about my level. Usually anything scarier is like, no. Just Jane, you're welcome. Thank you. Sharon says, I do have that on my list. Heard great things. It looks good. The cover's very intriguing. I don't know. Very intriguing. And that one's coming out on April 21st. I might have to see if my library... No, did it already come out? It says first published October 1st, but then also says not yet published. Maybe it's a different... Maybe it's like the soft print or like soft cover. I don't know. Sam said, I've read Cackle. It's a good book, but not my vibe. I do think it tips into horror, but isn't scary. It's more darkly whimsical. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Sharon says it's out in Australia. Okay, that makes more sense because I'm looking at it and it's giving me different updates on if it's out or not. And I'm like, okay, thank you for the heads up on that one, though. All right, let's go ahead and kick off our next sprint. We're going to do another 45-minute sprint. I'm going to read this for a bit and then go have some dinner. Happy reading, everybody. Hi guys, how was that second sprint for you? I read more of The Good Lie, really flying through this. I'm super interested. This is my second book by this author, and if this book goes as well as the first book, Every Last Secret, this could be a new hit thriller author for me, which is very exciting. So I'm excited for this. Somehow lost my bookmark. So I have a pen marking my way. And I have to show you guys Mr. Bojangles real quick. He's really cute. Mr. Boaz is right here. A little over. He's just all curled up. Mr. Bo. Yes. All right. So I had to show you that he is ready to read as he looks. Let's see. Sharon was saying at Tiffany, I have read 4 books by Sally Hepworth and have loved them all. I've really enjoyed Sally Hepworth too. I get her and a different author confused. So I'm gonna look up their books. I liked Darling Girls a lot, The Soulmate, The Younger Wife. Or should I not do The Good Sister? What was it I did? The Younger Wife, Darling Girls, The Soulmate. At least 3. So I have really enjoyed them as well. Grandma Susan's at 16%. Awesome. Hello, welcome. You're reading Theo of Golden. So far, you're really enjoying it. Theo of by Alan Levy. That sounds interesting. That sounds like it could be a really heartwarming read too. Sharon says, I read 16 pages, so you can't really form an opinion yet. That's true. Jen read 3 chapters. Amazing. Grandma Susan says, Boaz is snuggled in. He is ready for this this evening here. He is completely conked out. Yes, we're talking about you, buddy. Shannon is at 26%. Good job. Jen says, oh, Mr. Bo. Yes, he's so cute. Jill says, hi, Mr. Bo. He's looking up at me like, hello? Annie got to 58%. Wonderful. Shannon is at, you are at 26%. Jill got to page 258 out of 369. Annie says, Leanne Moriarty reminds me of Sally Hepworth. Ooh, don't know if I've read Leanne Moriarty. I love her name, though. Ooh, I've seen some of these books, but I haven't read any of these. I might have to check those out. Thank you for the heads up on that. Anne said I read 20 pages in the Examiner. Very intriguing. That's awesome. Tiffany said he is the cutest. Thank you. I'm a little biased, but I do think he's very, very, very cute. Certainly brings a lot of sunshine to my days. Grateful for him. Sharon said The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty was brilliant. What? I gotta check that out. The Husband's Secret. Oh, I see it. It came out in 2013. Oh, that sounds so interesting. Okay, well, that's going on my TBR too. I think I've already added 5 books to my TBR, and we've only been sprinting for 2 hours. The Husband's Secret was so good. Whoa. Okay, I might have to check this one out. Tiffany got distracted, but you're 6% into the scrapbooking cozy mystery. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm very much enjoying this. I had some leftover potato soup for a quick dinner, and then a slice of cherry pie, which I warmed up. When you guys eat pie, do you warm it up? Or just in general, if you have a dessert, like a cookie, like a chocolate chip cookie, or like a brownie, or pie or something, do you like to warm it up? I like warming up my pie if it's a fruit pie. Not my lemon custard pie, but cherry pie and apple pie, blueberry pie, stuff like that. It's got to be warmed up. But I don't like putting ice cream on it. I know a lot of people like to do a warm pie and then a slice of a scoop of ice cream on top. I don't like the cold ice cream on top of the pie. I don't know. But I'm also more of a pie person than an ice cream person, so I'd rather just have a second scoop. I'd rather just have like a second piece of pie than have the ice cream, like personally, because I love I love the pie. So that's just my preference. I'm also the weird person who drinks water with cookies or desserts instead of like milk. I know a lot of people in my family like want a glass of milk with their brownie or their cookies. And the only time I have milk with dessert is if I'm dunking my cookie in it, and then I give the rest of my milk to my husband to drink. Because I don't really like to drink milk on its own unless it's like chocolate milk. I don't know. I've never been a big milk drinker. Sharon says, have you read Dead in the Water by John Marsh yet? I haven't, but it looks good. Crampton said, if I warm pie, it requires ice cream. So yes, like both. Christy says, according to my Audible, I have 4 hours and 48 minutes left of your book. You can do it though. And I feel like that can go quickly when you're taking a walk, cleaning, cooking, especially with the moving stuff recently, the last couple of weeks. I have listened to so many audiobooks. Like 2/3 of the cozy mysteries I've read have been on audio, when usually it's probably like 1/3 of them are on audio, and the other 2/3 are either on as an ebook or physically. So I'm a big yeah, I don't know. With all the moving and cleaning though. Jen says apple warm, yum, yes. I gotta have apple pie warm. It tastes weird cold to me. Tiffany says yes, warm it up. Anne says warm fruit pie is delicious. I'm with you. Carmen says I usually don't heat my pie and don't have ice cream or whipped cream either. Yeah, sometimes a little whipped cream, but I'm not big on ice cream, or like some people put like a whole like huge dollop of whipped cream. I'm just like, it's fine. She says you have to read it, so good. Oh my goodness, I got to. It sounds good. Chrissy loves a warm cookie. I agree. Chocolate chip cookies. I've recently been making M&M cookies, and all of those are superior when they're like slightly warmed up, in my opinion. Tiffany says it's Sharon. Thank you. Mari said I made it back for a bit. Yay! He said, "Oh no, you're all gonna make me want pie." We were we were discussing if we like to warm up pie or not, because I know some people, or like the desserts. Like I like a warm brownie. Usually, not my fudgy brownies with the chocolate ganache on top though, because that would melt. But like chocolate chip cookies, fruit pies, I always warm them up. Anne says a warm cookie right out of the oven is so good. It's the best. So why with chocolate chip cookies, I used to make the whole batch with my husband and I, and instead I'll make like half the batch, and then I'll freeze cookie dough balls with the rest of it in the freezer. That way we can have fresh cookies whenever we want, and it's the best. Sharon said, have you read The Good Samaritan? If not, read that one first, as there is a link, but that is all I am saying. I have not read that one. So The Good Samaritan by John Mars. Ooh, that sounds like pretty scary thriller, but it sounds like it could be interesting. Ooh. I'll have to bookmark that. That sounds interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I am going to set us up for a last sprint here before it gets too crazy late. All right, let's go ahead and do one more 45-minute sprint. If you hopped in this last sprint, just know the cat meows when the timer goes off. I said, I like pie, period. Warm, cold, doesn't matter. It's true. I would still eat a cold cherry pie, but I definitely prefer it just slightly warmed up if I can. But pie is pretty awesome. Sharon said his books are so good. Yeah, I gotta check it out. I've heard great things about his books, John Mars, but I haven't read them yet. So many authors, so little time sometimes. All right, guys, let's kick off another reading sprint. Happy reading, and we'll wrap up. This will be our final sprint, so we'll wrap up after this. Here we go. Hi guys, how was that last sprint for you? I'm making really good progress on The Good Lie by A.R. Torrey. Very intrigued. I'm definitely gonna have to finish this weekend. It's feeling like it could be a 4 or 5 star thriller, which would be really exciting. Because like I said, I've had pretty bad luck this year with thrillers. I don't know. But excited for this one. So that feels good. And I listened to a little bit more of A Smoking Bun by Ellie Alexander. And that was pretty much it. So pretty much just reading mostly sprints other than taking some eating breaks. But let me know how it was for you. Grandma Susan said, I'm at 23%. Thank you for sprints. See you at sprints in the morning. I'll see you then. Sharon is up to page 28. Thank you for the sprints. You haven't done any for a long time. It was nice to do them again. I'm so glad you enjoyed. Thank you for coming. Carmen made it to 80%. Awesome. Getting so close to finishing. Annie's at 63%. Wonderful. Full progress. I don't know the percentage for mine, but doing pretty well. I should be able to finish it pretty quickly. Carmen said, thank you so much for the sprints, Amy. Of course, Carmen. Anne said, I made dinner and ate it during that sprint. You had stir fry and pasta. Ooh. That sounds so delicious. Jen read another 2 chapters. Thank you for sprints. Good night, everyone. Good night. Oh my goodness. Thank you for coming, and I hope your book is good. Marcy said, I was feeling a bit restless, so I got up and reorganized a bookshelf that was getting unruly. Eventually did a bit more reading. I hope the organization helped you. I know for me, if I'm feeling restless or, I don't know, out of sorts in any way, organizing helps me always. But I hope that helped. Shannon's at 39% of her book and having a great time with it. Thanks for sprints tonight, Amy. Good night, everyone. Good night, Shannon, and good night, everyone. I hope you guys have a good evening and sleep tight. Christy said got a few extra chapters done, but had to stop due to a headache. Oh, those are the worst. I'm sorry. I hope your headache gets better. Maybe a good night's sleep. I know for me, I have peppermint essential oil, and sometimes breathing in peppermint or peppermint tea helps me. It says, thank you for the great sprints, of course. Sharon says, do you do sprints every Friday? I don't. It's kind of all over the place, but if you pay attention to my channel posts and things like that, I will give you guys an update on upcoming sprints. Jill's on 276 pages out of 369. You should be able to finish the book over the weekend. Yay! I hope it's a great ending for you. Mara says, yes, I am the same. Thanks for sprints. Yes, I'm definitely, anything with organization really helps. Helps me for sure. I'm glad the organization helped. Good night, Chrissy. It was nice to have reading buddies on this lonely night. I'm glad. I hope it helped. It always keeps me really focused. Tracy says, Cackle's going really well. I am loving her writing style. It's not too scary so far, but there are lots of spiders. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Spiders are not my favorite. Jill says, thanks and good night. Good night, Jill. Good night, Carmen. Good night, Annie. Good night, Chrissy. I'm so glad you guys both had a fun sprint. Hope to see you guys soon. I will update you guys in channel posts whenever I have sprints coming. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you guys all soon, hopefully.